Meilah Daf Hey. We learned in the Mishnah, if a person has a carbon chatas, for instance, chachi kadashim, there's an isser Meilah up until a certain point. It says Rabbi Yeshua, what's that point? The point is heter l'kohanim. From that point on, there's no Meilah. The Gemara tells a story. Bar Kapara told his nephew Bar Padas, tomorrow we're going to be learning the sugya. I would like you to ask me a really strong question so that together we could delve into the sugya. So Bar Padas asked Bar Kapara the following morning, he asked him, what is that point that the Mishnah calls heter l'kohanim? Is it shchita? From shchita on, it's mutar l'kohanim, and therefore there's no Meilah? Or is it from Kabbalah, and from that point there's no Meilah? Or is it Zrika, and from that point there's no Meilah? In other words, shchita is a point where from that point on, kohanim can perform the avodah. Up until then, even Yisrael can do shchita. Or perhaps it's Kabbalah. From that point on, it's mutar for the kohen to do Zrika. Or perhaps it's how we understood up until this point, that the cutoff point is when a kohen can eat the meat. Then it's no longer kadshe Hashem. Now it becomes the kohen's possession, and therefore there's no Meilah anymore. So Bar Kapara answered him, in fact, it's a machlokes hamaroi. Chizkiya holds that the cutoff point is step 1, shchita. From shchita on, there's no Meilah. Rabbi Yochanan holds it's from the third step, zrika. From that point on, there's no Meilah. So the Gemara wanted to prove like Rabbi Yochanan. In our Mishnah it says that what is considered no heter for kohanim, when a puzzle, one of the things is when a person who's puzzle, let's say he's tameh, he does Kabbalah, uzrika. Now it can be read in two different ways. It can be read that the apostle did two things. He did Kabbalah and Zrika. Could also read it, or he did Kabbalah or Zrika. Now it makes sense to say it's or, because if a apostle did one of the avodas, that's enough to ruin it. Why would he have to do two avodas? Obviously, it means one or the other. In other words, it's possible that somebody that's kosher did the Kabbalah, and even if afterwards the apostle did the Zrika, it's still considered no good, and therefore the Meilah continues on. So what do you see from here? That even if the Kabbalah was done by a kosher, that's not the cutoff point. The cutoff point is the Zrika. Therefore, if the apostle did the Zrika, it's not considered anything. So that's a right, Rabbi Yochanan. Says the Gemara, no. Perhaps it's agav riyata. The Mishnah just said words. It didn't really mean Zrika. It meant Kabbalah. The issue is that we have another Mishnah that says the same exact words, but again to another halacha. The halacha is that if blood from a korban chatas goes on the beged of the kohen, he must wash it. But if the chatas is pasul, he doesn't have to wash it. So over there the Mishnah says that if a pasul does Kabbalah and Zrika, that's considered pasul. Now that Mishnah you could also read, it's either or. The problem is that it's mashma, that if a kosher person does both, Kabbalah and Zrika, you must wash your clothing. But that's not true. It says, Asher Yizeh, once there's Zrika, there's no more washing the clothes. You don't have to wash the clothes. So obviously, our Mishnah means dafka. The word Zrika by apostle is there for a purpose. And the other Mishnah by Chatos is because of our Mishnah. But what is the purpose? If we want, we could be doichek and say that it's not to tell us that the cutoff point is Zrika. The cutoff point is Kabbalah. So then why does our Mishnah say that the apostle did this Zrika? Very interesting halacha. There's a halacha of shirayim. That is, I would think that if the person is apostle performs Zrika, then somebody else who's kosher could go along and take leftover blood, shirayim blood, and do over the whole Zrika, and it would be kosher. Kamash no. Even though he's apostle, and typically you won't consider his actions as actions, over here it's enough to ruin it for everybody else. Shirayim is apostle to do Zrika. Now, that's only regarding a person who's pasul because he's tameh. And a person who's tameh can perform the avodah for a carbon tzibur, because tuma hutra b'tzibur. But other people that are pasul, let's say a person has a mum, that person, his shirayim would be mutter for somebody else to go along and take the blood and redo the zrika. The Gemara tried to prove from the fact that it says, Pigul la'olam moyalim bay. If a person does pigul, then the Meilah remains forever. In other words, the pigul ruins it. Now you could say, la'olam means in all situations, even by zrika, by Kabbalah without zrika. Says the Gemara, no. It's referring to a case where there is zrika and there's no raya to anyone. So why does it say la'ilam? To teach us that the halach is like Rav Gidel, as we learned the other day. Rav Gidel holds that if somebody has a machshava of pigul while he's doing zrika, he ruins the zrika and it stays me'ilah forever. Have a wonderful day.